Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. D. Eric Body Beats. It's a vibe.
Let's give some value to the basketball cats out there. What is the number one? What would you say your best attribute was in basketball? What was the number one thing you were guaranteed to bring on the court? Like, were you a shooter? Did you pass? Were your team like?
It was weird. So like, as a sophomore on varsity, I was like a straight 2 guard. I was just like a 3-point skinny white kid in the corner banging
could
threes.
shoot?
Junior and senior year, I played point guard. I think point guard, like my leadership and my passing ability, were I thought my best attributes. People always thought I could really score and shoot it. Like
I remember you being you could score
shooter.
the ball. Yeah.
But like I think assists were kind of where I was at. Like, kind of known for is from a really good statistical standpoint. Like, I averaged between 13 and 15 points per game, could shoot the 3, but like, I averaged like 7.5 assists, which was like top 5 in the state. Like,
7.5 assists, and that's
and 32-minute games, and like I had 19 assists in a game one time.
Okay, you like what was my boy Scott Skiles?
Little Scott Skiles. I knew we were gonna talk hoops. I didn't think Scott Skiles was gonna mention. I was
Did his record just get broke?
He
single game, was it 20?
Yeah, he had 20.
Maybe somebody just broke it recently, but
Russ,
somebody,
Rondo.
Who's my favorite point guard?
Who?
Rondo.
Yeah,
I like his game.
He's supposed to be another guy that like brilliant with the bat, like almost too over analytical with like knowing everything of like being so far ahead, like playing chess while people are playing checkers, but. But I think my thing was PG, my leadership, my passing. I think I could score when needed to be, but like I thought I like had a little like toughness to me. Like, I'm gonna get on the floor for a loose ball. I'm gonna talk trash. I'm gonna like guard the other team's best player. Don't care who.
Like,
it is.
you weren't, you definitely weren't scared of moments.
No, it wasn't. Like, I was just like, man, like, and that toughness was ingrained by like my dad. Like, I never did anything good in his mind. Sometimes, you know what I mean? But that kind of like got me like.
Is there a drill you can do to help people with their toughness?
We do a thing called NBA rebounding, so it's no babies allowed. We call it NBA. So it's just like 2-on-2, like coach in the middle. We got offensive rebounder, defensive rebounder. You play it live till the basket. So you can get a defensive rebound and score it, or you can get an offensive rebound. I think that like forces guys to make contact, be physical. And every drill you do, like basketball, I know everybody thinks it's a finesse game, but like, dude, you can teach your team to be tougher by what you drill every day. Now, if you have those dudes are tough dudes or not, is some of that's innately on them and who you recruited. But, like I separated my shoulder my senior year right before the Bloomington holiday tournament because we did the drill. Literally about to get on the bus, you roll the ball out and 2 dudes roll after it and go get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I like separated my shoulder.
Drill,
it's like, dude, I was tougher than that cat, and I almost cost myself my senior season. So like there's some fake toughness stuff that people do, but like who you are every day, like. Do you allow guys to, take shortcuts? Do they touch every line when you're running? Like, do they get to the spots? Do they talk when they're tired? Do they communicate on the court? Like, all that stuff goes into toughness. I think so many people think toughness is just fighting, but it's like, do you run the floor every time? Do you pick up the ball and stay in a stance?
Because that's mental toughness.
Yeah, no doubt.
And that's the discipline of, are you doing what you, or how about this? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing when no one's watching?
Nobody is. Like, are you getting extra shots? Because I love guys that want to be in the gym. Like, and I like working guys out. Skill development thing's kind of been like my niche, right? But like, I am with these dudes. It's good if you practice for 2 hours a day. But it was kind of what you were talking about earlier about, the playing 2K. Like, dude, it's cool you worked out for 2 hours with me. But like, are you coming back to the gym to get more shots up? Like, are you going as hard on those reps as you are when the staff's watching you, or there's Division I coaches or scouts in the gym? Those are things that...
And that shows your integrity as a person.
No doubt.
Which, if we can find ways to teach people that... You know what? This guy I follow named Dante Nero, he was actually on the podcast. I'll never forget this. He goes, there's 2 types of people. When you're sweeping, and then you get your dustpan, and, you swipe the dirt on the dustpan, and then you got that little line.
Yeah.
Are you the person who gets that, or are you throwing...
right. Kick it off.
And listen, I've been both those guys.
So have I. But I think the point, like, how you do anything is how you do everything.
And that's the whole point. That was right. Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, and I think for me, I've had to do every task as a coach, and like, I find value in everything that gets done. That's why, like, I try to take care of I will take care of my assistant coaches or student managers or grad assistants. Like, I've had to do all the stuff that nobody else has wanted to do. But I think without doing that, you don't have an appreciation for what it really is, right? And, you know, no task is like, for me, sweeping the floor, getting the camera ready for film, you know, making sure somebody's in study table covering our guys. Like there's value in everything. And how you, honestly, I believe how you do anything is how you do everything. And it doesn't matter where you started, where you're at, where you're going. Like if it's worth doing, it's worth doing right. And if you have that, that's consistent, that's self-control, that's all the things that we've talked about,
right.
The attributes to be successful. Like there's no shortcuts to be successful.
None.
Now there's some people that have done it, that have scammed people, that have done, but like I don't want to get to the top or achieve a level of success by being that dude.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it ain't worth it. Like if it's going to take me longer to do it the right way and be good to people and genuinely care, then
it'll be more fulfilling.
No doubt. Like, cause it's going to be everybody, you know, that's a lonely journey if you get to the top and nobody else wants to share that with you. Right.
Because you've been such a jerk.
No doubt.
It goes back to that same quote. I'll say it again. It's not about the stuff you get that you want. It's about the person you become to get it.
It's awesome. I'm going to take that with me.
You know, it's
really,
so dope.
It's simple. It's simple, but like, it's so true.
Because then you learn in order to, and as far as success, I've been reading that you don't really go after success as much as you be a successful person and all the success comes to you. It's like you attract success.
Yeah. No, I think that's very true. Like, and especially, I mean, everybody's, you know, business or line of what they do is different, but like, you know, in order for me to be successful, I need other people around me to be successful, right?
Masterminding.
Yeah, like, and my motto, like, yo, you want to come to Triton and play basketball here? Like, we're gonna have 10 or 11 guys have Division I scholarship offers, but everybody's gonna eat. Like, and some dudes don't want to share that wealth, right? And if that's the case, that's cool. This ain't the spot for you.
Right,
but
right.
We're gonna say this real off jump. But like, dude, to see everybody else succeed, like, there's like, I don't know, there's something that I find great joy in that. Like, seeing my guys now, like, even that have made it professionally, but like, say they don't even get into basketball, but like, they hit me up and, Coach, can you come to my wedding? Like, stuff like that.
Right.
Like, there's just joy in other people. If you can find joy in other people's successes, and I tell
That's
you what,
the key.
It took me a long time to get that way. Like, guys that I was high school rivals with or college or even early on in my coaching career, like, man, I'm better than that dude. Like, I should have that spot. Like, nah, man. Like, you live your life that way about you got to run your own race.
Because that's a fixed mindset.
It is, man. And it's like, it's easy to get that. Like, oh, if I got that shot, then, like, that's what my 22-year-old, 25-year-old mind would have thought. Like, I'm at Wheeling. Like, oh, if I had the players that Simeon had or Prospect had or whatever it is, it would be different. But, like, I think there's great value in, like, finding joy in other people's successes and realizing that, like, you are running your own race.
But see, hold on. But this is not even true. So Thornwood versus Schaumburg.
Yeah.
They had a number 1 pick or number 2.
Eddie Curry.
1 or 2. Was it 2 or 1?
He was the second pick in the NBA draft.
Right.
Yeah.
Beast.
Unbelievable.
They were good.
Yeah.
Schaumburg was good too, though.
They were good. They beat
But
him.
they had the draft prospect who had his own. I remember he had a blog in the paper. Right. I remember that.
No doubt. He played for the Bulls.
Right. And and in the Knicks they had the heart thing.
Yeah.
That unfortunately.
Yeah.
I actually met him a couple times in Buffalo Grove, ironically, at the remember that bowling alley that was out there?
Oh yeah.
Escape.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met him there.
Nice.
He pulled up in a 7-7 series, and I was like, Eddie Curry.
That was a big dude.
I was like, y'all go. He goes, man, we got to. My point is, but they lost.
Right.
They lost to little old Schaumburg, bunch of little white dudes. So my point is that just because you got that ace, that don't necessarily mean that you're guaranteed. You still got to cultivate and make it work too.
No doubt. And that's why, like, basketball is the coolest sport. Like, why do so many people watch March Madness? They love the Cinderella story, right?
It's such a good story.
It is, man. Like, dude,
story.
It gets everybody going. Like, it's one of those deals, like, how does this happen? And that's why, like, it's not always the case in every sport. Like, usually in football, if you're bigger, faster, stronger than the other dudes, like, obviously some things can happen. But I think that's why people get so, like, captivated by basketball, especially at the collegiate level, is like David can beat Goliath.
Everybody beats, it's a vibe.